G'day, welcome to another episode of Talking Coins. This time we're talking sixpence. Now, there's not a lot to sixpences, right? They're pretty standard. There's not a whole lot, and we're going to talk to them from the point of view of metal detectors, okay? What we're likely to find as metal detectors. And this is probably typical. Actually, I'll give this one to Taylor. Just throw that one under the microscope there, Taylor. This is sort of the typical sixpence you find detecting. This is one that's come out of the ground. Pretty rough looking coin. Still clearly there. Worth bullion value. That's all it's worth. Okay. Which for a little light silver coin. What year date is on that one, Taylor? Sorry. That's a 1942, so that's a 92% silver. So sixpence, right? So first arrived from London, late 1910. The Edward was on the Edward coin. Edward died before that coin was really released, so the 1911 went to a George. So that's the Edward coin there, the 1910 Edward. Then we go to the George. So from 1911 to 1936, and then second George, George without the crown, 1938 to 1948. Now all of those coins are 92% silver. Once we get past 1948, of course, all the coins went to 50% silver and 40% copper. So the 1950 to 52 George was 50% silver, and 1953 to 1963 Elizabeth were 50% silver, of course. So during World War II, it was obviously produced in a lot of mints: London, Melbourne, Sydney. We've got a mint mark there of the London mint mark. There it is there. Below the Advanced Australia, you see the PL for London, and the mint marks were M for Melbourne, S for Sydney. Some of the early London sixpences had the L rather than the PL, but yeah. So they're the mint marks to look at. There's a couple of key dates here. Nothing terribly dramatic, but 1912 London coin, in very good conditions, worth $20, and in a perfect condition it's 10 grand. Now a perfect condition uncirculated or gem coin, we will very rarely find as detectors, particularly in these key dates, because it's a 92% silver coin. You'll get some deterioration. Okay, so then the 1918 Melbourne coin, $35 to 12 grand. And then the 1922 locally made ones, the Melbourne and Sydney ones, $15 to 10 grand. But as I said, these you won't, if it's been in the ground a long time, you won't tend to get a good quality coin out of the ground. Just an interesting story actually from one of the boys here in the shop. He's got his grandfather's cufflinks made out of the coin, of the sixpence. So they were used as that, probably because on one side you've got the coat of arms, and I would suspect the coat of arms stood out and went through a buttonhole pretty well during the size of it. The other interesting thing, at 1966, when we went to decimal currency, these sixpences continued to be used in the monetary system. They were considered a 5-cent coin, so they continued to circulate for a number of years as 5-cent coins rather than sixpences. So it was a little interesting aside. So that's Talking Coins. If you want some more detailed information, down here is the link to the Renix site that does a very, very good coin book with values in it. And then, of course, up the top here is the Daylight Helpline. Someone with some knowledge is on that. if the sun's out in Australia, someone's on that, and we can look up values for you, save you buying the book, or we can help you out with whatever you need. Okay, thanks very much, guys.
You've made it to the end. So thank you very much for that and being part of the Gold Digger Nation. Don't forget, you can see us on, over this direction, all of these channels, and also on the Daylight Helpline. You can feel free to give us a ring, customer or not, feel free to give us a ring and ask for advice. Thanks very much, guys. See you next time.